Alright, so let's say in an alternate timeline, every series in Smash Ultimate instantly gets one new character added, no questions asked or development time needed. In addition, 2 random wildcard series also get added to the game, one that's already connected to Nintendo in some way, and another completely out of nowhere. This is the Impossible Smash roster. Which characters get added? Whichever ones I decide. Thanks for the hard work, Sakurai, but with the power of dimensional manipulation and editing, I got this one, Chief. Also, I recently found out another YouTuber named Seraph already did a video kinda similar to this one a little while back, so if it feels familiar, that's probably why. And since this is gonna be a bit of a longer video, I'm gonna split it into parts. So if you guys enjoyed this one and want a part 2, make sure to subscribe and leave a like to let me know. With that being said, let's jump into the video. So obviously, I'm only going to be covering the actual game series represented in Smash. Things like Rob, Wii Sports, or Game & Watch aren't really practical unless you want me to add something like a 2D burger to Smash as a playable character. And for this part, we're covering only major first-party Nintendo series, saving the rest of the spicy picks for later. Starting at the top of the line, for the Mario series, there's 3 big characters that come to mind when I think about who could add to the lore and pure competitive gameplay of Smash Bros. Ultimate. For me, the competition comes down to Waluigi, Geno, and Bowser. Well, now that we've narrowed it down a bit, I still feel like there's no way to choose between either of these two without pissing off the fan base of the other one. But I honestly just think Waluigi would fit Smash way better than Geno. Don't get me wrong, Geno's definitely a cool and iconic character, and certain ROM hacks like Smash Legacy XP have shown that given some time and thought, he could actually have a pretty unique moveset. And a laser. He's got a laser. But for me, Waluigi would just complete the Mario representation in Smash so much better. You match Peach with Daisy, Mario to Wario, Bowser to, Piranha Plant? Yeah, moving on. Luigi's got no counterpart like he normally does. Adding Waluigi to the game could honestly give him some much needed screen time in the Nintendo universe. Wario's got an entire spin-off series dedicated to him, and while Waluigi's just got nothing. Geno felt like more of a one-off character than anything else, but for a side character that's shown up pretty frequently, Waluigi's never actually had the chance to take the stage, which is why I think he could definitely use the Smash Bros. Treatment. Plus, the same hack from before also gives the guy some pretty great gameplay, and something that I think could mix up things a bit in Smash. Moving on to The Legend of Zelda. Zelda's got some pretty varied characters in Smash. I gotta give it to him though, instead of having 5 versions of the same character like Fire Emblem, Zelda's only got 2. With 3 Links, 2 Zeldas, and a Ganondorf, there's a lot of room for a new and completely different Zelda character. My personal pick for this one is Midna. I've started to get into Zelda Twilight Princess a bit more, and reading the manga has definitely made me a fan of Midna's character. Her gameplay could be really cool too, maybe having some of her attacks similar to how they were in Hyrule Warriors, like riding on a phantom wolf, or grabbing an enemy with her shadow hair thing and slamming it down forward like Bowser's side B. Her gameplay's got tons of possibilities, but just in general, out of all of the Zelda side characters that come to mind so far, Midna's definitely my favorite, both in design and personality. Come on, you can't tell me you don't like that smug face. But yeah, Midna's my pick. She's cool. Up next is Pokemon. Just give me a Mudkip and I'll be satisfied. Next, in all seriousness, I really think that the addition of another trainer skipping forward a few generations would honestly be pretty cool. For this one, I'm choosing Brendan/May from Gen 3, partially because, yes, but also because Gen 3 feels like a brand new beginning to Pokemon. Gen 2 was more of a sequel than anything else, but Gen 3's just got that exotic touch that makes it feel like it has an entirely new identity, separate from the games before and after. It's also even more of a perfect fit when you realize that there are no Gen 3 Pokemon currently playable in Smash, and adding a second trainer would technically add 3 of them. Out of the starters, I'd probably choose Mudkip, Grovyle, and Blaziken, which also coincidentally lines up with the Pokemon trainer that's actually in Smash, but ignoring that, these are all just my favorite iterations from each of the starters, and they'd all play relatively different from their predecessors too. I want to add an honorable mention here though, not including the specific Pokemon themselves, but rather actual humans from the Pokemon series. I think the Pokemon Rangers from Shadow of Alamo would definitely be a unique addition to Smash. These two have been everywhere in their region and can call upon basically any Pokemon to become their ally, so it might be worth it to let them attack with their certified Pokemon Beyblade and have a system to let them call assist Pokemon to use moves in the middle of a battle. I'm thinking a system sort of like Heroes where you could choose spells, but instead you get to pick more balanced assist trophies and use their moves. Or maybe where you could have like a limited set of Pokemon to summon and fight alongside you. Like a mix of Olimar and Shulk or something. I don't think they'd fit over a new fleshed out Pokemon, but it was just a cool idea I wanted to throw out there. With Pokemon out of the way, that brings the list to Kirby. This might be an unpopular opinion, but I think most of Kirby's notable characters are already in Smash, with Kirby, obviously, Meta Knight, and DDD. So it was kinda hard for me to really pick and add another Kirby character, but for how much fan response he's gotten, I just gotta go with Pantana D. This guy just deserves to get in at this point. He's got a spear and a rad-looking headband. He's basically like a small Deadly Orange, and I feel like he could play really fast and sweaty, like Kirby's version of Fox. So you know what? We'll take him. I didn't know whether or not to count Donkey Kong as first party for this list, but I figured since he's been there from the beginning, might as well. Since King K. Rool was already an Ultimate, it kinda took one of my top picks for Smash overall, let alone Donkey Kong. But for a new addition though, I'd say screw it and just bring back Tiny Kong. Mainly because she'd stand out more with her moveset from how she played in Donkey Kong 64 rather than just being a Diddy Echo with Dixie Kong, who, by the way, is somehow like 2 feet shorter despite actually being the older sibling. And also because, like Waluigi, she'd kind of round out her series matchup, put the two heavy fighters side by side with DK and K. Rool, and have Diddy matched up with Tiny Kong as the two quick and light characters. And she fits surprisingly well. That's all I got for Donkey Kong. Bring back Tiny from Gaming Purgatory, and it works well with me. Before I get to the two last major first-party characters and one of the wild cards, I figured I'd do a lightning round with some of the new characters from all the series that I'm not that familiar with. I just haven't played enough of their games to really have an opinion on what characters I'd even want added. So without further ado, saving Earthbound, Punch-Out, F-Zero, and Animal Crossing for part 2, from Metroid, add a small chibi floating Metroid as a character as another troll pick, kinda like Piranha Plant. From Fire Emblem, add Lyn to finally give Alpha Rad his dream character, and also because she has an actual katana. So for another sword fighter, she might at least be a little different. And for Pikmin, dude, I'm actually at a loss for this. I didn't even know there were more characters in Pikmin. Screw it. Add, Brittany with all the Pikmin they didn't already use. I just pissed off the entire Pikmin fandom in 2 sentences, and God, I am so not sorry. Alright, so with that out of the way, that leaves us with Splatoon and Kid Icarus left for this part. Splatoon has tons of unique characters and possibilities from both the games and the series, and Callie and Marie are no exception. But here's the part where things get a bit spicy. I feel like adding the Squid Sisters as an Ice Climber type duo could be a cool change of pace. It'd help them stand out a bit more from the Inkling, plus the two have completely different personalities and styles, that making them just alt skins of each other would be a huge miss in terms of their characters. I'm thinking that Callie could probably be the main controllable character, because she's a lot more upbeat and generally one to go nuts after attacking stuff. And if you played the story mode to Splatoon 2, also wanted to get brainwashed by some epic sunglasses. But besides that, her movement could be faster and more sporadic than the Inklings, while I feel like Marie could play as more of a support, seeing as she was kind of a sniper in the end of Splatoon 2. Having her follow a certain distance behind Callie, or maybe have a mechanic where she passively stays farther away from the opponent, would make for some pretty fun and skill-based gameplay. Kid Icarus Uprising. Probably my favorite 3DS game of all time, and with Pit, Dark Pit, and Palutena art in the game, you'd think I'd be stuck on who to add Viridi. Just add Viridi, no questions asked. I like how she was sort of the perfect friend to me for Pit in the later half of Uprising, and her character development is some of the most memorable in any game I've played. I don't know, man, she's just an angry screaming ball of plant nukes, and I feel like she'd play sort of similar to Palutena, or heck even Zelda, but with a way more sinister moveset. Plus, as a bonus, she's got a Death Scythe that's like twice her size. Yep. Definitely not terrifying at all. And finally, the wild card pick for this part. 2B from Nier Automata. While Nier hasn't really had any association with Nintendo, with a new remake coming up soon, now would be the perfect time to give the series its tribute in Smash. Anyone who's played Nier Automata knows what I mean when I'd say that 2B's gameplay would be unlike any sword fighter in Smash. With perfect dodges, air slashes, massive swords, and a pod to provide backup with an endless amount of bullets. Heck, maybe even a mechanic where you could get 9s to hack an enemy fighter for a short amount of time. And even though
Smash Brothers Ultimate is for good boys and girls of many different ages.
If Bayonetta can make it into Smash with her design, 2B can definitely make it in. Maybe with a bit more clothes, but still a solid pick all around for me. But anyways guys, that is all for today's video. Thanks for watching, I hope you all enjoyed, and if you did, make sure to let me know by dropping a like down below or leaving a comment, maybe with some of your personal picks for Smash. If there's enough interest, I'll get to work on a second part for the rest of the games in Smash pretty soon. And as always, if you want to know whenever I upload a video or the second part, don't forget to smash that squishy red subscribe button for more videos like this one every week. Also, surprisingly, only a small percentage of the people who watch my videos are actually subscribed to the channel. So if you're a fan of my stuff, or you've just seen me around, let's see if we can change that percentage. And plus, you can always unsubscribe if you change your mind. Once again though, thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, I'll be back in a flash.